Yeah, good morning and namaskaram to all. Is the audio clear? Yeah, good morning. Is the audio clear? Yeah. Can you hear? Can you hear now? Lower? Okay, 1 second. It's okay now? Hello? 1 second, 1 second. Yeah, it's okay now? Clear? Hello? Ah, okay, okay. Right, we'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रा येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोपला शल्यग्राहपति कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवै नदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारतपङ्कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 6th chapter. we plan to conclude the sixth chapter today. Up to verse 44 we covered so far. So we'll be continuing from the 45th verse. Today we got slightly delayed, just for 3-4 minutes. It's okay. Right. 45th verse. प्रयत्नाभ्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धः ततो याति परां गतिम् प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धः ततो याति परां गतिम्. So, Bhagavan continues, Prayatnat yatamanastu yogi samsuddha gilbishaha. Prayatnat yatamanaha yogi. That is, this yogi who is tirelessly, continuously travels in the path of spirituality, who travels in the path of yoga. One who is continuously, tirelessly travels in the path of yoga without stopping in between, right? In between places means where there is some sort of siddhi, right? Even when some siddhi, the jiva is not confused, not that, oh, this is, I have reached the place. No, he or she, the jiva continues its path till the yoga is reached, till the equanimity of the mind is reached, tirelessly continues. So when somebody gets some sort of siddhi, etc., they might stop it there, and it might be some name and fame will come to that person. So there also this person doesn't stop, he continues, right? He continues. So he is prayatnat yatamanaha yogi tu samshuddha kilbishaha. The practice is over a long period of time, right? Over a long period of time, flushing out, removing all the karma vasana that is there in the mind, right? From the root to be removed. All the karma vasana is completely removed. That is samshuddha kilbishaha. Then aneka janma samsiddha. Okay, so this state is not reached in one janma, but this is reached by constant practice through many janmas. Aneka janma samsiddha. It is not happened in this life, or it will not stop in this life if the yoga is not achieved. It will continue. Okay, it will continue for the good, right? So, and this has been from a long period of time, okay, till the nirvikalpa samadhi is reached. That is, nirvikalpa samadhi is sahaja samadhi, one who is established in atma swarupam. So till then, aneka janma samsiddha, then tataha param gatim yati. That jivatma, when it realizes that my true nature is Paramatma, that this is the jivatma Brahma Aikyam, Paramatma Aikyam, jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Once this is attained, Param Gatim Yati, that is Purna Brahma Nishtha, right? Purna Brahma Nishtha, Sarvatra Brahma Darshanam. This person will see only Bhagavan in everything. Or, in other words, only God exists. Only Bhagavan exists. This Gatim Yati. This is the fulfillment of life. See, this is the verse meaning. What is this? What is the cause of Janma? The cause of Janma for this Jiva is karma. That is, one, by doing a karma, is produces karma vasana, and this karma vasana is the seed, is the bijam. Okay, is the bijam. So from karma vasana, from karma vasana again janma, and again when janma it does some karma actions, some actions with a attachment towards the result of this action, and by getting attached to the result of this action it produces more karma, and by producing more karma vasana, this karma vasana leads to unfulfillment. That is, unfulfilled desires are still left. Because of this, it produces another body. This is called, we call it as janma, punarjanma, again janma, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jadhare shayanam. So this continues. This cycle of Janma and Mrityu, Janma, Mrityu, this cycle continues for that Jiva whose karma vasana is not completely extinguished. Okay, so this, then what is this? What do you mean by vasana here? What do you mean by vasana? See, we generally think that we do our actions using our intellect. We think that buddhi controls our actions. But if you observe carefully, it is not because of buddhi we act. It is only because of the vasana we do actions. Because of that instinct, in that moment, on impulse, we do things. It is not that we are thinking and then because of that buddhi controls. Otherwise, why do you think people go behind bars? Why do you people do crimes? It is all because of that instinct. Why people evade tax? People don't pay tax properly, even they know that we have to follow the rules and regulations. Why do you think people cross? In signals, they break the signals, and then they just drive and then met with accidents and other things. Why do you people do that? Why do we people do that? It is all because of our karma vasana. Even though we know this is the right thing, okay, but still we end up doing wrong things. It is because of that karma vasana. It is that impulse, on instinct we do actions. We think buddhi is controlling. No, vasana controls even the buddhi. So we have to remove this karma vasana. How to remove this karma vasana? The only way to remove the karma vasana is perform that same action without getting attached to the result of it. Karma phala tyagam. Karma phala tyagam. Renunciation of the karma, attachment to the phalam. See, phalam you can't remove it. Phalam you cannot throw it out. Phalam will come. But getting attached to that, the result. See, when anyone does any action, do not get attached to your desired result. The result can go this way or that way. When it becomes favorable, do not jump with joy. Also, when it goes unfavorable, don't cry. So in this way, that is like whatever the result be, it is like a prasadam. It is a Bhagavan's prasadam. Accept it as it is. Then slowly the vasana will get reduced and there will be no kartrutvam. When there is no kartrutvam, there is no bhoktrutvam, there is no enjoyer, and at the same time there is no doer also. Both will vanish, and the state will reach a state. That state is Atmanishta, Brahmanishta, Anandam, Shanti. This is the point. So, prayatnadyatamaanastu yogi samshuddha kilbishaha aneka janma samsiddha tato yati param gatim. Only by realizing Atmanandam, that is the only way to burn away the karma vasana. Right? Know the truth, understand the reality that my true nature is bodham. My true nature is bodham, consciousness. I am Atma. Aham Brahmasmi. This knowledge, this is the knowledge. This can be logically thought. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhavam. This is the method. Shruti means you hear the truth again and again, right? Again and again you hear the truth, read about the truth, and then contemplate on it, right? Contemplate. Shruti, Yukti. Use your logical thinking, use the brains, use brains to think what is my true nature. Is it this body? Am I this body? In my deep sleep, in my deep sleep, my body is not there. I don't experience this body. I don't experience any senses. I experience just bliss. I am happily I slept. Right? When we get up in the morning, what we say? We slept. Who is it that experiences this happiness? Who is it? Is this the body? Or was there a mind? If mind was there, then all the problems, thinking about the office or thinking about something else would have disturbed us. So there is absence of mind, there is absence of this body also, but something was there, right? So the possibility, think about the possibility of you being there without body and mind. That which, what was that? What was that? In our deep sleep, in our Jagrat Avastha also it is there. In our dream state also it is there. That which is there at all three times, right? Without this body, gross body and mind. When there is this gross body and a mind, we call it Jagrat. When there is only a mind, we call it Swapnam, right? So in Swapnam, there is another body and things that is moving in the Swapnam. So that which experiences that Swapnam, that which experiences the deep sleep also, that which experiences this all three states, Jagrat, Swapnam, and Sushupti, which is ever present, which never sleeps. That awareness is Brahman or Atma. Both are same. So knowing this jnanam, knowing this, that I am Atma, then do your duty, do whatever this body is tuned to do. Okay, continue to perform those actions without getting attached to the result of those actions, will remove the karma vasana, and slowly the kartrutvam will go. There will be no doership, and this leads to sannyasa. This leads to the moksham or liberation or freedom, right? If not, if the actions are performed with an attachment to the result, what will happen? What will happen is, if the result is favorable, this jiva will want to do that action again. Either it will repeat or it will do something more than that. Again, it will continues to do action. It urges to do more and more for the self pleasure, because Why self-pleasure I said is that without achieving something through that action, without getting attached or without getting or acquiring that object, I will be unhappy. If I am unhappy, my fulfillment is not there. I am apurnaha. I am apurna. My fullness is not there. Something I miss. So I need to acquire that. That is this karma. To acquire something, anyone does a karma, it will increase the urge to do the same again and again. That leads to a new body. Why? Because this body falls. This body gets not available to do that action because body deteriorates. Everyone knows that. So when the body deteriorates, the desire to fulfill the desire, this body is not capable. So this body falls, and this andhakaranam, this mind produces another, creates another body. This is, we call it punarjanma. So in Dakshinamurti Slokam, there is a beautiful third verse, Yasyaiva sphuranam sadatmagam asatkalpandagam bhasyate sakshat tattvamasiti vedavajasa yo bodhayatyasritan yas sakshat karanat bhavet na punaravartir bhavambo nidhau तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये यह साक्षात्करणात् यत् साक्षात्करणात् भवेत न पुनरावर्तिः. There is no punaravartihi means again and again. This janma, death, birth, death. This in where? In Bhavambo Nidau, this Sagaram of Samsaram, Samsara Sagaram, this ocean of this Samsaram, in this getting drowned, again coming up, going inside, coming up like this. This up and down is the Janma and Mrityu. This continuation will be not there. Na punaravartihi. When? Yes, sakshat karanat. By knowing the true nature that I am this Atma, which is never born, which has got no death, which is ever present, which is eternal, and I am that. So, this I am that. That means this Atma is never born. Na jayate mriyadeva kadachit. Right? We remember that verse. So I realize that this Atma is akhandam. This Atma is not broken in, or is not contained in this body. And this Atma is everywhere. Right? Sarvam. This Atma is everywhere, not only here, but it is there in you all. It is there in all the animals and plants and this air and this space also. Right? Even the space is everywhere. Even the space cannot move. So this Bhagavan is Achalam. It cannot move anywhere. And that is you. You are that. Sakshat Tattvamasi iti Veda Vajasa. What Veda says? Tattvamasi. Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. You are that Brahman. Sakshat Tattvamasi iti Veda Vajasa. Yo Bodhayatyasridane. Once this is realized, Yat Sakshat Karanat. Bhavet na punaravartihi. No more Janma. No more death. Punaravart, no more Janma, no more death. Because there is no death to me. There is no death to anyone because there is only one Atma, right? So that Atma is you, Tattvamasi. So this is the only way to get rid of this karma vasana. By removal of karma vasana, there is no birth. So this is what explained in verse number 45, right? So aneka janma samsiddha tato yati param gatim. See, Swami Brahmananda was a direct disciple of Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So Swami Brahmananda was asked by someone, give me a mantra for moksha. So Swami Brahmananda said, you continue to you continue the sadhana again and again and again. That is the only way. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Lift yourself up. You have to practice this sadhana of yoga. Practice this continuously. You practice it again. Practice it. That is the only way, right? There is no shortcut. Okay. So samshuddhi already we explained, right? Samshuddha kilbishaha. Kilbisha, what is the kilbisham? Kilbisham means uh, the desires, from the desires, the kamam, krodham, the desire from desires, anger, right? Jealousy, then the lust, aversion, all these emotions which disturbs our mind, these disturbances because of desires only, all these disturbances are the kilbisham. So when all the disturbances of the mind, all the emotions that causes our mind to get disturbed is kilbisham. Once that all is removed, that is samshuddha kilbishaha. Okay, when a mind which is undisturbed by thoughts, a mind which is undisturbed by thoughts is not a mind. A mind that is totally undisturbed, not disturbed by any of these thoughts, is the no mindness. Swami Chinmayananda coined a term, no mindhood. That is what no mindhood. We'll move to 46th verse. So Bhagavan, before concluding, in the 47th verse, Bhagavan wants to emphasize, want to stress the importance of yogam. तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्मात् योगी भवार्जुन. तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्मात् योगी भवार्जुना. Yogi, yogi, one who 100% depends on Ishvara Buddhi alone, right? One who is always thinking of Bhagavan only, and one who practices the equilibrium or equanimity of the mind, one who practices to stay in Shanti, right? That person is yogi, one who practices equanimity of the mind through Ishvara Buddhi. Only through Ishvara Buddhi, one who practices equanimity of the mind, one who reaches that state is yogi. So Bhagavan says, yogi tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. Kasmat, because this yogi is tapasvi bho adhigo yogi. He is greater, or he is more auspicious than being a tapasvi. See, generally we say tapasvi, yogi, jnani, etc. in same way only. All they are same. We say jnani also is a yogi. But in this verse, tapasvi means one, one who does tapas for material things, for getting name and fame, or for money, or for say for more relations, etc. Like Hiranyakashipu was a tapasvi, right? Even Ravana was a tapasvi. So all they are also, they did tapas only. When they did tapas, they wanted to get more material things, wanted to be the most powerful person in this universe. All this is tapas only, right? So this tapas, one who tries to become an IAS officer or somebody else in this world, one who tries to do that with a motive of making more money or name and fame, etc., this tapasvi, okay, this is the tapasvi which is mentioned here, okay, even though it may be for a good reason, there is no doubt about it, but still yogi is much more greater than being a tapasvi. Tapasvi bodhiko yogi, right? Then even jnani, jnani bhyovi matodhikaha. Here, what do you mean by jnani here? One who has understood the scriptures correctly, one who has studied the scriptures, like this. There are various, Bhagavatam is there, Bhagavad Gita, or so many other shastras are there. Nyayam, Vaisheshika, Shad Darshanas, many things. Everything this person has learned, he has understood intellectually. But because of the raga and dvesha, or he also wants to become famous, he also wants to prove to the people who knows in this shastra, he want to argue and then find that the other person is wrong, etc., who argues and makes a point and then becomes famous and famous. This urge to become famous, this sort of person, this jnani also will just go to a state of yoga brishta, right? So yogi is more greater than being a jnani. This jnani who understands but applies this for his personal glory. Let it be money, let it be name and fame, etc. Okay, it's of no use. Shastram, which is, if it is not applied in self, right? If it is not uddared atman atmanam, he does not lift up himself from this raga dvesha and he becoming angry and then jealous about the others, right? All if this happens in a person who has even understood the shastras, it's not going to help him. It's of no use. So tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Then karmibhyascha yogi. Karmibhyaha, who does yagam, yajnam, etc. Right? For, if not for the money, they do this for getting to get swargam. Right? More sukham. More sukham. Swargam means more sukham. So one who does all this yagam, Aisha homam, etc. So many people do Aisha homam, Mrityunjaya homam for increasing their lifespan, right? Or getting rid of disease also. But the question is, will it not happen? Definitely, definitely, Bhagavan will give whatever you ask. There is no doubt about it. If you ask material things, there will the desire, out of desire, you have the desire is there to have material thing. Then who is it that giving that fulfillment? Who gives? Bhagavan only. The consciousness within each one of us, each of these jivas, the consciousness gives that person strength, gives that person the circumstances, gives that person for the right time, and this person attains. But this jiva does not know that along with that, buy one, get one free. You get these material things, Bhagavan gives that also. But along with that, dukkham also comes. Dukkham also is, it is like a sugar coated poison. Right? So, anyone who asks for petty things, smaller things, promotion, child's marriage, or this, or getting rid of my disease, all this, everything is a sugar coated poison. When we do this, but we don't want Bhagavan, we don't want to know Atma, we don't want to know the consciousness within us, but we want to know everything else, we want to get everything else except Bhagavan. So this attitude is a karmi. So, tasmat yogi bhava Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, you be a yogi, not a karmi, not an intellectual jnani, and don't do tapas. See, some people think that this tapas, which is physical, physically do some tapas. Even movies also show that way only, standing on one leg and then in a storm or even in fire, etc. They do tapas, etc. They show. So the real tapas, what is the real tapas? The real tapas is removal of ego, removal of this small I, that removal of I am doing things here. That removal is the greatest tapas of all tapas. So through that tapas, you be a yogi. You come to the equanimity of the mind. Don't torture your mind. Tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. Know the truth. Realize that you are never born, you are never going to die, you are immortal. Right? So the Shveta Upanishad, it says, Amritasya Putraha. Even Swami Vivekananda quotes, children of immortality. So we are all children of immortality. So Bhagavan says, Yogi Bhavarjuna. Before concluding, before the final verse, Bhagavan emphasizes that Yogam, Yogi, is the most important thing in life. So, tapasvibhyodhiko yogi jnanibhyopi matodhikaha karmibhyaschadhiko yogi tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. Then Bhagavan moves to the final verse, 47th verse. And who is the Yuktatamaha among yogis? Yoginam api sarvesham, 47th verse. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataha. Shraddhavan yaha. What is Shraddha? Shraddha is total belief, total faith in Guru Vakyam and Shastram. One may not realize it. One may have hundreds of doubts, but he does not doubt the Guru Vakyam or he does not doubt the Shastra. Right? But we may not understand it. That is okay. We have to understand it by going to the Shastras and Guru. Right? Adi Shankaracharya has written so many Prakarana Granthas. We go, we read, we understand, clear the doubts, and we progress towards the goal that is prescribed by the Shastras. So that is Shraddhavan. So Yaha Shraddhavan, whoever has 100% faith in Guru Vakyam and Shastram, Madgaten Antaratmana, remembering me at all times, thinking about me only. Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. Bhagavan says, Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara. Think about me only. Right? Madgatena Antaratmana, remembering me at all times, thinking about me only. Me, Bhagavan Krishna says, as Brahman here. Krishna, whenever in whole Bhagavad Gita, whenever Bhagavan Krishna says me and mine, it is Brahman. You have to understand that. It is the consciousness. Think about consciousness only, Atma only. Madgate Antaratmana, remembering me at all times, Mam Bhajate. Sarvatra. Sarvatra. In all Characharam. In all that moving and not moving. In everything, who Mam Bhajate, who worships me. Who is this me? Brahman. What is this Brahman? this universe that appears, that which appears, right? We have seen the rope and snake story many times. That which appears in the rope is the snake. There is no snake there. Once you see the rope, there is no snake. Then what is it that appeared as snake? Is rope only. That which appears as the snake is the rope, or that which you see as snake is rope. There are no two things, rope and a snake. No. That which appears as the snake is the rope. So, sarvatra mam bhajate, worships me in every characharam, everything around me, in all objects of this world. One who worships me as God, as Bhagavan, the good, the bad, everything. One who worships as Bhagavan, one who sees Brahman, Sarvam Brahmamayam, one who sees only Brahman in each and everything, then saha sarvesham yoginam api me yuktatamaha mataha. That jivatma, one who sees me in each and every object of here, every object here, he yuktatamaha mataha. He knows me the best. He knows me the best. He or she knows me as in who knows as own inner Atma is the best. Me yuktatamaha mataha. Among all yogis, the one who abides in me with a complete faith, worships me with utmost devotion, right? And is united with me through this innermost self. Such a one, okay? Such a one, I consider, such a he or she, no, such a one, it can be anything, right? Any jiva. Such a one I consider to be the greatest of all. I consider to be the greatest of all. This is the promise Bhagavan gives. योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः. What is Shastra says? All Upanishads, all Shastras, right? Let it be any Puranas, let it be Upanishads. What it says is that only Bhagavan is there. Bhagavan is Sarvavyapi. We have heard this word Sarvavyapi many times. In various discourses, we have seen this Sarvavyapi. Even the Bhaktas also speak Sarvavyapi. Right? Even Vedantin speaks Sarvavyapi. See, what is this Sarvavyapitvam? See, when antar bahishcha tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitah, when this Bhagavan is everywhere, how it can move here and there, right? Vishnu means sarvavyapi. The word meaning of Vishnu is one who pervades everywhere. That is sarvavyapi. So this Bhagavan is sarvavyapi, everywhere. There is nothing like space. Space is a perfect example. Can you find a space where there is no space? There is no space where there is no space. So space is everywhere, right? So this Bhagavan is even subtler than the space. When the space is everywhere, Bhagavan is everywhere. Sarvavyapi. Then Sarvajnaha. He knows everything. Bhagavan only, not he, Bhagavan. Bhagavan knows everything. Because in Bhagavan only, all these manifestations have happened. You, me, and the sun and the galaxies. You see the perfection of this galaxy. You see the perfection of this cosmos. How perfect it is, right? It is 100% perfect. So this perfection, some might say, oh, there are good things, there are bad things and all that. All together, there is a law of karma which is happening here. That law of karma is given by Bhagavan only. So this Bhagavan is Sarvajnaha. He is Antaryami. He is there in each of us. He is seeing each and everything. He sees the good, the bad, etc. And accordingly, the law of karma is applied. So Sarvajnaha, he knows everything. This intelligence you can see in even a small ant also. This intelligence you can see in the solar system. You can see this in each and everything that is happening here. And Sarva Shaktaha. He's the most powerful. He's the only powerful thing here. Bhishasmadvatah pavate bhishote ti suryaha bhishasmadagnischendrascha mrityurdhavati panchama iti. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Bhishasmadvatah pavate. This wind is blowing because of the fear of this Brahman. Bhishasmadvatah pavate bhishote di suryaha. The sun rises because of the fear of Bhagavan. Right? Bhishode di suryaha bhishasmad agnischendrascha. Agni, Indra, all devatas, they do their duties they have the fear of this Brahman. Mrityurdhavati panchama iti. The fifth one, the Mrityu. The Mrityu is running from one place to another because of my fear. So this is what it means, is that law of karma is perfect here. And he is the only Sarva Shaktaha, Sarva Vyapi, Sarva Shaktaha, Sarvajnaha, that consciousness, that Chaitanyam, which is there in you, me, and everything. Right? Everything. Sa yaschayam purushe, yascha savaditye sa ekaha. He's the only one who is there in this Purusha and in this Sun also. So this Sarva Shaktaha, Sarva Vyapi, Sarvajnaha, this Brahman, Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatamo madaha. He is the greatest among all yogis. With this verse, Bhagavan concludes the sixth chapter. The sixth chapter is called Dhyana Yogam or Atma Samyama Yogam. Right? In the beginning, the fifth chapter detailed about the Jnana Margam, and Karma Margam, Sankhya Yogam, etc. Right? The know the truth, that is Jnana Margam and Karma Yogam. Karma Yoga means perform all the actions as a sacrifice, as a Ishvara Puja, and whatever be the result, accept it as it is, like a Bhagavan's Prasada. This is the Karma Yogam. Through that, realize it takes us towards the truth. That is the only way. And the sixth chapter explained in detail about this meditation, Ekanta Dhyanam, Atma Vicharam, sitting in one place and do Atma Vicharam only. That is the only meditation. Do Atma Vicharam. So for that, without having a vairagyam towards the objects of this world, without getting attached to the result of it. See, what happens when we sit for meditation? All the time when we sit for the meditation, we are worried about something or other. And what is it that we are worried about? What are we anxious about? That will be a result of an action that we have performed, or that will be an action which we are going to perform. We are worried about that only. That anxiety will disturb the mind from Atma Vicharam. We won't be able to do that Atma Vicharam or meditation. This Ekanta Dhyanam is possible only through Vairagyam. Only through that. How do I get the Vairagyam? Only by knowledge. Only through the proper knowledge that these objects of this world is not going to give me happiness. How do you know? Through own experience and through others' experience. So with this knowledge, the Vairagyam develops, and through Vairagyam, the Sangam, attachment towards the result of an action also drops off. When that is attained somewhat, we will be able to do the Atma Dhyanam or Atma Vicharam. So this Ekanta Dhyanam is very much necessary. That leads to Savikalpa Samadhi, and then it leads to Sahaja Samadhi or Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And this is very clearly explained in the 6th chapter, Atma Samyama Yogam. Right? And the process is Uddhared Atmanatmanam. Each one what has to work for this. This is the only goal in our lives, to liberate ourselves from this Janana Marana cycle, and where there is no shokam, there is absolutely no suffering. That state is what is called moksham, or self realization, or God realization, etc. This is the 6th chapter. And also, one who had attended the first introduction and all, we have mentioned that this Bhagavad Gita is expansion of this Tattvamasi. Tat Tvamasi. In Chandogya Upanishad, the 9 times Bhagavan Uddalaka explains to his son Shvetaketu Tattvamasi. This Upadesham is given 9 times, giving various examples. Tat Tvam Asi. Tat, Tat Padartham, that is Paramatma. Tvam, Jivatma. And Asi means Jivatma, Brahmatma, Aikya Tattvam. So the first 6 chapters, 1 to 6 chapters, explains about Tvam Padartham, Jivatma Tattvam, and 7 to 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These 6 chapters explains about the Tat Padartham, Paramatma Tattvam, and the last 13 to 18, this explains about Asi, Jivatma, Brahma, Paramatma, Aikya Tattvam. So this it is not actually, to draw a line like this. Every sloka or every chapter clearly explains about all these 3, but more importance is given to the Jivatma in the first 6 chapters, and that way only we can understand, because we have seen that each verse gives a perfect teaching, and each verse is very, very important. Each verse is auspicious. We have seen that in up to 6 chapters, and from next week we will be starting the 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yogam. Jnana Vijnana Yogam we will start from the next week. Okay, we'll conclude today's class with a peace chanting. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.